up guys, it is Jack, back up in this bitch with 10 years fitness. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and in today's video we are talking about the whole Jon Venus drama, the whole speculation about him being on steroids recently, and I have to say he has been somewhat caught up in the middle of the vegan gains Jurian Rider beef, being the fact that Jurian Rider is being caught up and surpassed by other YouTubers, so he's jealous and he's calling people out. And then there's Vegan Gains, who's been beefing with him, but then he's also friends with Jon, so that's all been very crazy and mixed up. Everyone's got a dog in the fight, so I think every take on the situation has probably been biased to some extent. So me, as someone who's too small for them to even fuck with, so I'm neutral in the situation, I have no dog in this fight. What do I think about it? Is Jon Venus natural? I want to comment on that for the sake of it itself, because it's interesting. As well as the fact that the point Vegan Gains made about comparing Jon to the guy he collaborated with recently, I think is very powerful. Because, well, for reasons I'll get onto in a minute. But firstly, do I think he's natural? Yes, I do. I agree with Vegan Gains. I think Jon Venus is natural, which might surprise you, with me being someone who calls out fake naturals quite a lot and is quite concerned about the whole, you could call it a witch hunt of them, okay? Because it affected me when I was getting into lifting, and when I found out about fake naturals, the exposing of them actually really helped my mental state, okay? So I am the anecdotal evidence that we need to call out fake naturals, okay? But I've been there and said that a million times. Why am I saying that this guy is not a fake natural? Well, because it's important to not be overzealous with the fake natural accusations. Because there has to be a limit where we say, okay, this guy isn't natural. And we need to define that exactly as we define the line where people are on gear, like where it's reasonable to speculate as such. And this is where I think I draw that line, because if we start criticising everyone who looks better than us for being on gear, it just becomes some bitch shit, and the whole idea becomes meaningless. So I think Jon Venus is natural because a lot of the reasons Vegan Gains said hold true. And the biggest thing that I see though, which kind of blends into my second point right here about the comparison with the other dude, is that it's not just a matter of being big, ripped, and shredded, like having a lot of muscle and not a lot of body fat. Because there's a difference not only in terms of how much of something or how little of something there is in the muscle body composition, but there's a qualitative difference in the muscle and the way the body looks, which this comparison between Jon and the guy he claimed, who claims natural that he actually collaborated with, for legal reasons we're not going to speculate on what his status actually is. I'm going to say miscellaneous, while I think Jon is natural. I think that video, seeing him train side by side, shows the difference between a natural lifter and someone who may not be natural, if you catch my drift. Because the other guy is not only bigger than Jon, he's not only leaner than Jon, he has a completely different look to his physique. In terms of the shape, in terms of the way the muscles look, the way the skin sits on top of them. It's a qualitative difference, like I say, it's not just that there's more muscle. And I think Jon has that look of a natural, and I think that is very important to recognise. He is a gifted natural. That's what natural lifters should aspire to look like, okay? He is a very good example of that, I think. Whereas if you look at the other guy, he has a lot more in common with a lot of the guys you see on the magazine covers, with the fitness models, with the physique competitors in the Olympia. And then if you were to tone it up even more, he has more in common with the Olympians themselves. So I think that that is a very powerful comparison, and that video serves very well as a comparison of natural lifter versus possibly enhanced lifter. Right, but anyway guys, that's really all I have to say on that for now. I didn't really want to get caught up in the drama of it. I just really wanted to point out that really good example that we have on offer right there. But as always, thanks for watching guys. I'm Jack with 10 Years Fitness. I'll see all of you in the next one.